Today we are joined on Ben's menu by one of our great friends, Bessemer, and from Bessemer we have Teresa, who's going to take us through a great little recipe that I'm really excited to eat mainly. I love when we have guests because it means I don't have to cook and I get to eat.
I can do the cooking for you
Yes,
today. That'll be good.
I love that.
Looking forward to it.
And we're using particular Bessemer cookware. We're using, what's this called?
This is called our Gourmet Griddle, and it's part of our specialty collection in our range, and that's what we're going to do the ricotta pikelets in, but it's good for all sorts of other things as well. So as we cook today, I'll keep you up to date with what else you can do in it.
Beautiful. Okay, so ricotta pikelets is what we are making.
Yeah.
What's step one?
Step one is you're going to make the batter for me.
I'll do that.
So we need the self-raising flour,
Yes.
2.5 cups of self-raising flour, 4 eggs.
4 eggs.
I can crack the eggs into here, so then you can just, there you go.
Oh, I like that way of doing it.
Yeah,
Using
I don't
the
know.
egg to crack the egg?
Well, my mum taught me how to crack the eggs. I don't know why I'd leave the last one to the end and then I just put it on there.
So that just goes straight in?
Yep, pop that in.
Thank you.
And we're going to have some milk. So it's 2.5 cups of milk that goes in there as well. 3 tablespoons of sugar. That goes in there too. And then we're going to get some vanilla.
Now, would you call this this is a sweet pikelet?
It is sweet pikelet, yeah, because you can do sweet. You can actually make them savoury as well by putting salt and pepper and other cheeses in there. But it's actually, this is a sweet one because we're going to have icing sugar on the top of them.
I'm a sweet tooth, so that's great. Pop that
Mix
on.
it all up. Yeah, we're going to put some vanilla in there as well.
A knife. There you go.
Do you want to do that? Because that's your knife. You're probably better off using it yourself. It's easier.
If people can't get their hands on a vanilla pod.
You can just use the vanilla essence. Yeah, that's fine.
All the seeds?
Yes. Actually, that's probably enough.
That's enough?
Because then we're going to use some rum as well. Now, you can use Frangelico, or you can use Tia Maria, or you can use any type of alcohol. It all works well in there.
How much rum?
2 tablespoons of rum. Just pour that in.
I like. There's a little bit of rum
Mix
in there.
it all up. And the consistency is a batter that's quite easy to pour. It can't be too liquidy, and it can't be too thick because otherwise you can't pour it into the gourmet griddle. And yeah, they're very quick and easy. Kids love them. We're going to use the ricotta and the lemon and the sugar as your mixture inside.
So that doesn't get mixed in?
No. We're going to mix it separately. So while you're doing that, I'll just scrape some lemon in here.
Yep.
Lemon and ricotta is actually a really nice mix. It goes really well together, especially as a sweet.
Yep.
You'll find that a lot of, ricotta cheesecakes, they all have lemon and cinnamon and all that sort of does combine very nice together.
And the zest gives you a completely different flavour to the juice, I think.
It does, yeah. And sometimes you've got to be careful with the juice in the lemon because it can curdle the ricotta. So it's not good to probably use the juice, best just to use the zest.
Yeah, you get the essential oils from your zest.
Yeah.
And I think has a much better flavour.
That probably is enough in the lemon. Some sugar in here as well.
How's that?
Perfect. Yes.
What you're after?
Yeah, that's the consistency.
It's a real batter, isn't it?
Yeah.
More so than a dough.
That's right. Yeah, it has to be perfect. And in here there's the lemon, the ricotta and the sugar. So what we're going to do is if you can pour that into there for me. Thanks, Ben. And I'm just heating up the gourmet griddle because it needs to be just a little bit preheated so that when the pikelet actually sits on there, it starts to bubble straight away.
Yep.
Now, once you've poured it in, the gourmet griddle makes it so much easier because it doesn't go anywhere. That's why you wouldn't use a flat pan to do this because it would spread everywhere.
My daughter loves pikelets and pancakes, so I make them quite a bit, and that's one of my pet annoyances, is that I can never, it just goes all over the pan. I'm going to use this for my daughter.
It sits in there, it doesn't go anywhere, and when you're doing it for kids, you can put chocolate bits in there, which they love, or you can put strawberry, you can make the strawberry pikelets.
It just made my life a lot easier.
This pan is fantastic for eggs as well. If you've ever tried cooking eggs in those rings. Have you ever tried doing that, Ben?
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to get an egg out of the ring? It just comes out beautifully. It's very easy to take out. Hamburgers are fantastic. If you make little rissoles, you can roll them up into little balls and just flatten them in there. So the ricotta just sits in the middle like that.
Do you have to flip them?
Yes, because then they end up with a nice colour on both sides. That's the beauty of using Bessemer, is that you get lovely heat distribution in this pan. You don't get any hot spots. It's even heat all the way around, and you'll see when I turn them over how they all have a lovely nice colour.
It's got some nice little raising happening there.
Well, it's got rum and it's got all the nice things that I'm sure you like.
You can, yeah. You can come anytime you like to the show.
All right, you know when it's ready to flip because it starts to bubble up, and as soon as you get that effect, then they're ready to do the turn. Best to use these type of utensils so that you don't damage your coating.
Yep.
And then you just turn them over like that.
Oh, that looks pretty good for a first batch.
Want to try?
I do. Okay.
Maybe try the one in the middle.
One in the middle. Oh.
Bit of a balancing act.
It is.
And then
almost. I need a lot more practice with the flipping.
Actually, you didn't have this one to help you.
You sabotaged me.
They probably take a couple of minutes on both sides, and then you put them on a nice platter and you put some icing sugar over the top, and you can serve them up with some strawberries. And it looks like a dessert that you spent a lot of time doing, but you really haven't.
As I said, you've made my life so much easier in the morning. Every morning, my daughter Charlie watched Peppa Pig once, and they made pancakes. So every morning she wants pancakes now. This is going to make my life so much easier. You've
got your gourmet griddle, your Bessemer Gourmet Griddle.
Yep.
So like I said, Thai little fish cakes, rissoles, little cauliflower. I make the best cauliflower fritters in this.
Yep.
You can use it for all sorts of things, and that's why it's part of our specialty collection.
And if you do have something that is quite dense, takes a while to cook, once you get that colour on, you can put the lid on?
And that's where you get your oven effect.
Yeah.
You don't need to put it on the ricotta pikelets, but that is the oven effect that we talk about. Things will rise in there. It's just like putting it in an oven.
Yep.
And you've got a steam control vent which lets the moisture out, and that probably would be good when you're doing your Thai fish cakes because you do need to cook them a bit through.
Yeah, Thai fish cakes, things like zucchini fritters, which can be quite dense, so you need a little bit of baking to happen as well as the pan frying.
Yeah, I mean look at the nice colour on them, and they all have the same colour.
Yeah.
Which is sometimes with a lot of pans you can't get that even distribution.
Like you said, it looks like something that you've spent a lot more time in trying to create that perfect shape.
And then we just sprinkle some icing sugar over the top.
Can I try one?
Of course you can.
Thank you.
It's part of the job. It's a great job.
Yeah.
You can try all the food that people come and cook for you.
Normally I don't get cooked for. It's normally me doing all the cooking, so it's really nice when someone else cooks for me.
And the ricotta has like a cream effect inside. See how it's got that lovely... Tastes good?
That's fantastic. Yum.